Hello, Lisa with Tabletop Farms. He wanted to take you guys on a farm walk, weekly farm walk. It is March 19th, and let's see how things are going around the farm this week. Let me get you turned around. So, greenhouse is looking really well. We've got a lot of things that are waiting to go outside. The temperatures around here have been a little bit uncooperative as far as being a little too low, and then we've been getting adequate amount of rain, but not in a good fashion for us to be able to get out to the gardens to start tilling. So those guys right there are some rhubarb that Andrew got potted up last night. We'll be putting in 300 bed row feet, so 300 feet because it's a single row. Peppers are about ready to be up potted. We've got our eggplant, we've got those up potted. I need to get the herbs up potted. And then we just have some things, a lot of things actually, that are just waiting to go outside. So we're kind of holding our breath as to when we can get out here and get things tilled and worked so that we can get that stuff into the ground. So our outside garden, we had kale in there. I was telling you about it last week on the caterpillar, the fabric that we had over the top of it. And yesterday I went ahead and pulled stuff back because it was going to be a really nice week. And if this crop comes out of it, we'll be lucky, but here it is. So things are not looking so well as far as the kale goes. It will most likely be replanted. I went ahead and seeded down new kale today. It got into the single digits and we obviously did not fare very well with that. One variety looks like it's better than the other. This is the dinosaur kale. It looks like it fared a bit better than everything else. And we do have some replacements on it that we will go ahead and get those put in the ground. And then I had started some because we had bad germination on the dinosaur kale. So I went ahead and started some about 3 weeks ago. Just in case, we didn't have enough to even put into the ground, into the bed that it was going into. So we do have some replacements of that coming up, and we'll get that bed replaced because it's a crop that we get to harvest off of, and then it will, we just keep harvesting off of it. So it's like you plant it once in the spring and you harvest for quite a while, and then you don't do another planting until maybe mid-summer, early fall. So caterpillar tunnel, our smaller covered garden. This one has done fairly well too, although there are some Salanova plants in here, some of these lettuces that are not faring very well. They will probably come out of it, but there's some in here that have died and got nipped by that cold. As you could tell in the greenhouse, we have enough that I'm going to go through here and plug in new plants. And they're not going to be very far behind what these guys already are. So I'm not too worried about that. I guess it's a good thing since we can't get into the outside gardens that I've got something to at least replace the stuff that got nipped on the inside. So the other thing that we've got going over here is you can see a little bit of yellowing on the pak choi. That also got hit by that cold, even though we had everything covered. It's just part of, spring and what happens. So it's just part of the game early on in the season. You just take chances. Hopefully they work. Sometimes that they're not going to. That's okay. but you kind of plan for it and you expect it, and you adjust and you move on. So we'll walk down here to the other gardens. Okay, let's pop our head into where the spinach and other lettuce is. All right, so here we are this week. Ooh, my phone cover is being ornery. Okay. See, spinach has completely exploded from last week. This bed here, I had completely harvested Wednesday last week. So we are at 7 days from when I had harvested that. And I would say within 10 days, I could probably harvest that one more time and it'd be good to go. Our pak choi here, you know, the craziness is the difference between the caterpillar tunnel and the high tunnels here is how much warmer these stay versus that caterpillar tunnel. There's so much more air mass, excuse me, in the high tunnels that keep things a little bit warmer. And we don't get as much damage when it drops down to those single digits and teens on our crop. So actually in here it looks really, really good. I did go ahead and put the row cover over the top of them whenever we had those temperatures come through last week, and everything in here looks really good. Nothing got hit by that cold at all. So that house is looking really well. Spinach on those other two beds will get harvested out here in the next week or so, and we'll have some more spinach available. Take a walk down to the other high tunnel. Okay, so we've had a lot going on in this first high tunnel here. We have had a lot of cropping out. We've already had 1, 2, 3 beds of lettuce. This really bright green stuff. This is our seasonal mix this year, or at least the base of it. It has Tokyo Bacana, Carlton, and some kale and a few other things in there. It is really good. It has some really nice flavor to it. And it's a really quick crop. So like 18 days and it gets harvested out. This bed here in front of us, you can kind of see the rows already. Andrew had planted that, sowed that in 3 days ago, I think, right now. And you can see how fast it has come up. So we've already turned a couple of beds in here already this year, and we are ready for tomatoes. We got these guys put in yesterday and got them strung up. These are our Securas and Amish paste, and then we'll have some Bonnie's Best at the end. Bonnie's Best got hit really, really hard quite a while back. We had talked about the greenhouse incident that had happened, and they froze to death. So literally. So we had replanted, and we're kind of waiting for those to come up. They won't be too long behind, and we will get those planted as well. Radishes, we started harvesting a few here and there last week. They should be good to go this coming week. So we will get those put online for everybody. You can see that we are looking very, very well. We are pretty. They are ready for some harvesting. And the turnips are not too far behind it. So we've got eggplant here that is growing on the very end, as well as some beets. And then I'm in the middle of doing some more tomato planting over there too. But wanted to stop and get you guys a farm tour for this week. Give you an update as to what's going on. Let's see where our turnips are doing here. Sorry for all the turning. Yeah, we are just, if you can see that little white guy right there, I'd say we're probably 2 weeks out on the turnips before they are ready to go. But that's it as far as this week's farm walk, garden walk update, see where we're at on things. I'm still really excited about the year. I know Andrew is too. And we feel like we're in a good spot. So as long as we can keep the group going. Anyways, till next time, pull up chair. Welcome to Tabletop Farms.